Hey YouTube, Unknown Gamer here, and as you can see, we're back in recruiting because we have a few commits. Number one, Robert Craig commits to us here at Arizona, which adds. I also got to show you guys some of the pipelines because we're adding some pipelines next year. Okay, Justin Rhodes. I want you guys to see how close we are to getting him. When week 12 comes around, we should get him. Stanford's getting ready to fall out. So is Fresno State. Oregon's getting kind of iffy. If we can hold them off to week 11, we'll be fine. But I think this week might be week 11 or 10, so I highly doubt that they go out. But week 12, we'll knock all these schools out. Jamar Lane, we're putting a lot more points on him. This is one of the new guys we added. He's just more of a project type of guy because his ratings aren't the world's greatest, but he's a project. At fullback, Iowa had their visit this week. So yeah, this is week 11, so we won't be able to do anything to hold off Oregon, but we should be good. Wide receiver John Allen commits this week. I hardly put any points on him ever, but he has great acceleration and good jumping. So, and also, isn't he tall? He's 6'1", so yeah, we'll let him play, I guess. This one's still the same. Tackles. Justin Poole, I found him. He's a JUCO junior, and actually, right there, he's an 81 overall. I knew he was right around the 80s. I had the funny feeling he wouldn't be a bust. Jamar Brooks, we were in the race for him, but a week 10 visit from Ohio State knocks us all the way out. So yeah, Jamar Brooks. I don't know how close I am to unlocking the unlock ability, but if I do, I will probably go for him with it. Johnny Bradley, he has a visit in a few weeks from South Carolina, and then 2 weeks after that, a visit from Florida, and then a visit from us. So as long as we can stay in the battle with him, we'll be fine. Outside linebacker Dave Outlaw, we didn't even go for him. Matt Jackson is one of our players. Right here, this Jordan Williams kid, he's on our board every once in a while. He's on our board, but I never scouted him. This is the kid I was talking about in the last episode. You guys should be able to see the ratings if you can't. 95 speed, 95 acceleration, 90 jumping, his 60 tackle, 66 hit power, 77 pursuit, 80 play recognition, 80 man coverage, 89 zone. So I'm thinking maybe safety possibly, maybe. If not, I would definitely just redshirt him and let him play a little bit. Nobody else here is really interesting to me other than Barrett Dickerson, who actually he visited Colorado when we played Colorado. I'm pretty sure you should remember that, but in case you didn't, just wanted to make sure everybody knew that. He'll probably commit to us week 12, and I wasn't done looking. And Aaron Singletary, he'll commit to us week 12. I'm pretty sure he should, at least and he's actually getting ready to be in a battle soon. Strong safety Cameron Herron, you guys probably have no clue who this kid is, but he has 78 tackle, 87 hit power. Like that hit power. And then he'll be redshirted. He's a JUCO junior, I think, actually. And actually, the punter committed too. So now the only question is, who gets all these points? We have a lot of points left over. And I'm not just going to leave them to go to nobody. Somebody's got to get some points here. Justin Poole, he's getting some. We have a lot left, though. So, like, guys like Tom Brain, normally wouldn't even go for him, but now, might as well. I mean, it's not like I'm going to be. I mean, yeah, I might lose a little bit here and there, but. Wait, I thought that said Mulga, Alabama, and I was going to say, tell Phyllis hi. If you don't know, that Phyllis is an Alabama fan. She complains all the time on ESPN about whenever they say Alabama's done. So, didn't know if you guys knew that. Fun fact of the day if you didn't. Like every single, if you just look up Phyllis from Mulga, Alabama, you will laugh. I will almost guarantee that you will laugh because she flips. And it's normally on Cowherd, or as she calls him, Cowturd. See, I don't know if somebody like Chris Harris Let me see his speed. And no, not really. Not interested. Trent McDonald. I mean, I'm somewhat interested. I mean, I'm still going to... Chris Harris, I offered him a scholarship hoping I'd get an insta commit. But I don't. And now, actually, I'll show you guys my top classes real quick. And then we'll go into the game against Washington. We're at now 8th on top classes. And this is the most commits I've ever had on any series at this point in time. So yeah, that's a big accomplishment for us. I've never had 10 people commit to the team at this point in the season. And this team just is going to get better next year. Currently, first one's Oklahoma, and then Texas. Alabama's one ahead of us. But yeah, we're going to start flying up there in top classes now, because now we got a lot of guys. Like I said, week 12 we'll probably have another commit. Week 14 we'll have most of our commits by then. But we're number 1 in the nation now. Who lost? What happened? I just want to see real quick what happened to old number 1. Texas A&M just fell 1 spot, and Mississippi State does lose to Texas A&M by a lot, actually. And this is pretty much, actually, I'll show you guys the BCS real quick. We are still number 2 in the BCS by 2 thousandths of a point. Wow. Right here, but beesh, that stupid lateral! I swear, that's the stupidest thing that they've ever put in this game. I swear, EA needs to stop putting features that don't work. First turnover of the game was that stupid lateral bun. Every time you pause the ball when you get a pick, your guy always laterals the ball because they don't know how to work a game. EA needs to work on their coding. I am serious. This is bullcrap. Their coding is literally some of the worst coding I've ever seen. 2-year-olds at a Boy Scout camp could learn how to code better than this. I'm dead serious. You could take a 3-day course and probably code a better game than EA coded right here. Because I did not hit the lateral button. Just snap the ball. No, didn't snap the ball. We picked the ball off. So, of course, what happens when you pick the ball off? You go to run. What happens when you're recording and you can't just take features from the game? You pause the game so you get the whole thing. That's something I've done for this whole series long. EA, on the other hand, they don't understand that some people every once in a while like to pause a game. I love it their pause feature actually worked for once, because literally the only reason that's a fumble is because of that. Derek Reynolds, lateral. I hit the lateral button, but because of the way laterals work in this game, you don't see who you're lateraling the ball to on an option play. You never do. You just hope that EA actually, they tell you when you first run lateral plays, you read the guy that says pitch. Well, the guy that said pitch was coming up to tackle Reynolds. In which case, they say you're supposed to then lateral the ball. Okay, so I lateral the ball, yet the guy that's supposed to catch the lateral is down on the ground. So the guy I'm supposed to read was wrong, and for it, EA punishes me. And then they reward me again by having my guy pick the ball off, and then they decide, no, let's not reward him even though we screwed him over, and let's screw him over even more by making him lateral the ball when he didn't lateral. That's the best business pitch I've heard in a long time. And that's every one of EA's pitches. Wow. If they ever hear this video, I probably won't ever be allowed to play any Madden or EA game ever again, but I don't care, because it might teach them to actually put out a good product. I'm sorry, but when they go out of business, so many games... I'm sorry, but let's take a look at what happened when they are not putting on an NCAA game. Here's a lot of people's reactions. Okay, maybe now we can get a company that actually puts out a quality game. Huh. You think that would be a hint? Hey, maybe people are kind of not happy with how the game worked. Crap. I mean, that's kind of a no-brainer right there. When people start saying that, you need to fix your game. You can't keep making the same piece of crap year in, year out. And right here, I gotta be super careful. I'll even show you guys the controller. Do not hit LB, and He doesn't lateral it. It's a miracle. It's a miracle. There wasn't a lateral. It's a true miracle. Oh, wow. Who would have guessed? And whoever this Washington quarterback is, he's starting to play a lot like Silent Miles. I think Silent Miles taught this kid how to throw. Not being mean to Silent Miles, I know he's an actual quarterback. I think he's a great quarterback. It's just the way EA coded him, he didn't do a great job in that game, in the championship game. Once again, it's one of those things, EA, they have some weird stuff going on with coding to where certain schools and players don't do good, no matter what they have. Some schools will never do good no matter what they have. They could have the best team out there and they will never do good. Example, Stanford. In this game, Stanford, I've never seen them really have a good year, but it's because of the way EA has the game coded for them. It's something within their program code that somebody has to control them to be good. In their recruiting classes, eventually the program goes downhill. It always seems like the program just goes downhill at one point, and even their recruiting classes start to reflect how good that they do every year. Because I've used them before. I actually controlled them halfway through a Dynasty once before, and I was actually like 2 years past where I am right now. And, well, their program it had been driven downhill. Somebody pushed them off a cliff is what happened to the program. And in real life, yeah, they're not as good as they used to be when they had Toby Gerhart and all those guys. But still, it's still a good program. They still fight with a lot of SEC schools. It's still not downhill yet. David Shaw can still turn that program around, and I believe he will. But EA doesn't think he will. And right here, as you guys see, we're running into some problems again. Big shocker, not really. I am not shocked at all about this. It happens every single time. I mean, I'm really pissed off right now at EA. I am. I don't know what I'm supposed to believe now, because I'm sorry, but that's complete bullcrap, the way that game worked. The way that interception and stuff worked. It's complete bull. I mean, that's the only reason they have a 7 up on the board. If it's not for that, it's probably 14-0 right now, instead of 7-7. Those are two completely different games. Right here, 4th and 11. Now they're actually going to punt the ball here. Now let's see. Redmond, he's my backup strong safety. I think I've said I've said all this stuff before. But yeah, let's see what he can do. He doesn't get the block. Sadly, we haven't gotten a block at all in this series. Man, I wish EA would let me get one, but yeah, they're still showing that stupid fumble. That stupid fumble that shouldn't have happened. I mean, I'm sorry, but that pisses me off. That fumble should not have happened. It was complete bull crap. And yeah, but this is what happens when you I'm trying to think. When you pause the game, I guess that's what happens. And I guess it did make this game a lot better, because without it would be 14-0. I mean, I don't know a lot of people that would sit here and watch a slow-moving game like this has been if it wasn't a tie. I mean, I'll be honest. I won't watch this. If it weren't for the fact that it's a tie, I would not watch this on YouTube. But instead, it's a tie, and I'm getting ready to go 2 back-to-back undefeated years. I'm suddenly watching this like, ooh, what did he do wrong here? And actually, this would kind of, if you're one of the people in that online dynasty, I'm watching this very closely. I want to see what Washington did. I mean, other than the bullcrap fumble, because you can't cause one of those yourself, but I'm looking for, like, what's their game plan, what are they doing, what plays are they running, and maybe checking to see what I'm doing to see if you can force me to do it. But TJ Johnson actually isn't that bad of a player. He's really good. It's just he doesn't get the snaps, and he probably won't for a long time, especially with the addition of Justin Rhodes and Mike Rogers. Oh! That's not at all why did he lead him so much? Why did he lead him upfield? Man, this is going to be really hard. Oh, and there's Jackson again with the catch, but his foot goes out of bounds. Oh, I wish you could cut upfield faster. I don't know. It's agility, isn't it? Yeah, it's all about agility. Cutting upfield is agility. I'm pretty. If I'm wrong, tell me in the comments below. But I'm pretty sure the ability to cut upfield in this game is judged by your agility. Oh wow! Did not expect T.J. Johnson to go down right there. He was my go-to receiver on that play, actually. I was going to target T.J. Johnson until he got thrown down on the ground. Not going to run a play with a lateral because laterals have sucked all day today. But yeah. I mean, this game is old, so there won't be any additions made to it. But right there, that's how... I'm willing to go into halftime with that. 14-7. I mean, that still gives us a lead. They get the ball after half. I mean, all we got to do is stop them. With 9 seconds left, I kind of want to see what our offense can do, because we've pulled off some miracle little time left plays, and I think we might be able to pull one off here if we can actually get the ball in the right area. And oh, that's actually, yeah, it was a great kick. I wish I could have been a little bit closer. They didn't have such a good punter, but also I'm willing to take that area. This is actually a semi-small field. So yeah, this is why I called this play. I'm not going to waste a possession. And oh, I have my choice of a deep receiver. I was holding down the button, but it decided that no. Derek Reynolds will not throw the ball. We don't care how many times you hit the button to throw it to the wide open player. We don't care. And right here, I went for the run. Guessed that they were on the ball. They threw it and they had the guy wide open. Even though I had guys in the zone area where he was that were way back, they decided that they didn't care what I said to do. They cared. See, that's the thing. Also, with something EA, rumor has it they're releasing NCAA 16, I think it is, or something like that. Rumor has it that they've promised that they're going to release that. If they have anything left to put into it, I'm just gonna say right now, all I want to see in that new game is the physics to be fixed, and also for if you do a run play and there are guys that and your safeties, if your safeties have decent play recognition above an 80, they still go into their zones until they see the ball be handed off. Even if it's a play action, if they're in the 80s, half the time they jump up, half the time they don't. Stuff like that, to make it more to where that stuff doesn't play into effect too often. Like your defensive line and your linebackers, yeah, I agree they should, but your cornerbacks normally don't cheat up on a run play, not all that often. So I think that's how it should go. Now I know some people are going to say, oh, but that ruins all the challenge in the game. Well, whoop-de-doo, congratulations. You are special. Ooh, congratulations, you're special. You want to ruin the game for everybody else. Congratulations, we don't care. The rest of us, we don't care what you... No offense. I'm sorry, but the rest of us, we really don't care. We don't want you ruining the game for the rest of us. Some of us, when we say run left, that means we just want our linemen to move left. We want our linemen and our linebackers to expect a run to the left, but not the whole team to expect the run to the left. I mean, come on. It's pretty common sense. It's pretty much common sense. You don't want your whole team run towards one side of the field unless you know 100% that's where it's going to go. To me, that doesn't mean I know 100% where they're going, let's go there. No. I do that as, hey, I think I know where they're going. I hope that they go here, but I hope only half my guys go here, not the whole freaking team. Because I've done it before to where only half your guys go and half the guys stay back. I've had them do that before. And it works perfectly. That's the best part of it, is when they do that. But when they don't, oh man, I hate EA when they don't. Because that just means that they know you don't want everybody going that way. And right there, Elvia though. Elvia, oh my gosh, this kid. He has a great future here. Gosh, dang, if only he would have kept going, if only he was a little bit faster. But oh well, we'll take that for sure. We'll take that over the having to punt the ball. But now, as you see, we've gotten way more first downs. Jenkins, the other kid, is the other kid that was with Tally. Slant. We're on Tally on a slant. No, come on, hike the ball. Okay, I did not want the other kid going on the slant. I liked the way he was going, but okay, yay. I guess what I said. I guess you want to. You go back. I never said to put Jackson on a slant. I said I wanted Taylor on the slant, not the Jackson or whatever his name was kid. Jenkins. I didn't want Jenkins on a slant. I said Jenkins once. Switched Tally to a slant. Next thing I know, Jenkins is doing a slant too. Well then. And right here, they have a pretty good gain right there. But instead, now it's 4th and 1. Oh wow, that was a lot closer than I like. Normally, I like to get teams to where there's more than a yard between. I like it where normally there's more than a yard between them getting 3 more downs and them punting the ball. But I guess I'll take whatever I can get. Now right here, if we score right here, we give our defense breathing room. Our defense hasn't had breathing room all day. Neither has our offense, though. Oh, wow. Our whole team has been in that situation all day long of, what do? We can't do this, this, and this because, well, what if this, this, and this happens? And we're trying to get out of that area, but it's one of those areas it's really hard to get out of because to get out of it, oh gosh, Elvia! Oh, come on! If Elvia would have caught that, that would have been big. Oh, Elvia's got to start getting those big catches. All those big catches are hitting him right in the hand. If he can just pull them in. He's gotten 1 big catch today. But, man, if he can get 2 or 3 big catches a game. That's my goal for Elvia, is to get him to where he can get 2 or 3 big catches a game. If he can get to that, this team will be amazing. If Johnny Jackson can get 3 or 4 good 3 or 4 catches a game for decent yards, we'll be good too. So I was starting to see where some of these guys we can get just who we need to get performances out of. Pierre Cormier, we had to have at least 50 yards a game out of him to win. I feel at least 50 yards in a game. And at least we have to have 50 yards on the ground from him. And possibly, and I would say I need some yards through the air from him. So probably about 40 yards. No, not 40 because he's a running back. 30 yards through the air. I need to have those numbers from him. And I'm not getting them yet. I'm not getting them right now. I know that for a fact. I'm not getting the numbers I need from him yet. But eventually, hopefully now that I'm starting to realize what I need out of him, we can start getting it out of him. And Reynolds! That's a first down, and that was 1 yard. Whew. This is big now. Now we can go back to kind of running the ball, run some clock off. But man, we cannot have these. We need Derek Reynolds to get 50 yards a game running too, and at least 150 through the air. But right now we're not getting any of the numbers we need from anybody on this team, it seems like. And Cormier is realizing that we need more yards out of him. And he knows next year if he wants a spot on this team, he can't let us down this year and get a spot starting next year. That's not how this team works. You need to, you can get a spot next year if you work hard enough. But I don't expect, if you do really bad 1 year, you're not going to end up having a second chance. We give second chances, but if you sucked terribly and you just flat out every time you did something good, you do 5 plays after it. He knows that that's how this team works. I mean, look at if Anu Solomon had played like Derek Reynolds did his first year, there wouldn't be any talk. There wouldn't have ever been any talk about Derek Reynolds starting over him. There wouldn't have been any talk about Derek Reynolds coming to play for us. And if he did, he would be he wouldn't be a quarterback, he'd be a running back for us. And Johnson, T.J. Johnson gets a 5-yard rush right there. Hasn't had a lot of chances to prove to us what he can do on the ground, but when he gets one, you better bet he's going to take advantage of it. And actually, I'm going to go buy formation here really quick. Where is it? Pistol. We have not run any full house pistol yet. And this is a formation I really want to see us run a little bit of. And right as you see, Johnson, Cormier, and Green are all out here. We have 3 running backs in the backfield. Oh, what this formation does, though, is actually it makes you go. And really, if you look at it, let's be honest. Derek Reynolds in himself, he's a running back too. It makes you have to choose a running back. You have to choose who's the biggest threat. And if we run it right, a lot of times we'll end up with more than one. We'll end up with about 2 or 3 running backs getting the ball. And right, we're gonna run the triple option again. Hopefully this time. Oh, they're gonna have Johnson run at face mask. That's a face mask. There have been pretty much no penalties called really. We hadn't earned a penalty all year long really. Like face mask, none of these big ones. Now all of a sudden, now that's 2 in about 3 or 4 games. And both of those ones have been crucial. So that tells you. So that's nice to see that we're starting to actually draw some penalties here. And I should have thrown the ball to Gareth Newell, but instead Derek Reynolds will put his shoulder down, and that's going to put us into the end zone to give us a 2-touchdown lead. A sack, man. That's a sack. That is the 3rd sack of the day. And oh wow. Okay, I don't know what I just hit, but all I know is Burton is now. Whoa. Okay. I see what I did. I accidentally switched formations. And Newasser. That was one of the best. That was the best pick of the year. That is pick of the year nominee right now. Catch of the year. And that's the best return of the year, and that's the best pick of the year. Oh my god. That was pick of the year. Pick of the year nominee right there. That's SportsCenter top 10 play. And then the return. That's what ends the game, is the return, if you ask me. Yeah, everything in that play pretty much ends it, but the return is just... The return puts us in too good a field position. We will have to screw up to not get this one. And right here, Cormier gets the edge, and right there. If you're wondering why I was bobbing in and out, I was trying to set up blockers, because a lot of times blockers mess up unless you... When you run certain ways, you get blockers to set up certain ways. And when you cut it inside, the blockers cut inside, and as you saw the blocker we had upfield, I cut inside and he cut inside right into the guy. And that's why we now go up 35-14. And now, if you watch the online Dynasty, which I'm sorry there haven't been any up, I haven't had an episode up lately. I'll check actually soon. I'm recording this one right as I'm posting the sim game, the game that got simmed. That one's in the middle of uploading right now. Actually, it might be done. I don't know. I haven't checked lately. I'll probably check after this. But they've had 7 sacks today. We have never given up 7 sacks. Actually, as a total, this year, Derek Reynolds has been sacked about a little bit over 10 times. So they've pretty much almost gotten about as many sacks as Derek Reynolds had today. Today, they've pretty much matched what everybody else has done. Man, I wish Darryl Ball would get a pick. I wish he would. Because if he gets a pick today, that'll mean back-to-back years I've had a freshman cornerback that's had a pick. And Albert Smith, it hits him right in the hands. Oh, dude, you're not a wide receiver. You are by no means a wide receiver. Oh. Oh man, we gotta work. That's one thing I hope that we work on a lot, is all of our whole secondary's coming back next year, except for our safeties. Other than our safeties, our whole secondary's coming back next year. I hope they get better at catching the ball. Because that was right there. About 3 or 4 different people caught the ball on that play, and all of them just dropped it. I mean, come on, guys. We can't have that happen. And ball! We do stop them. That's not a first down. That was 4th and inches right there. With 58 seconds left, though, they're going to go for it. I mean, there's no reason not to go for it. What do you lose? I mean, seriously, what do you lose? Do you lose by by one more field goal? Congratulate. Oh, that's a big deal, right? On you, Walter. I went for the big hit, and I whiffed, and a key. Oh, Babish gets the key trip up right there. If you actually go back and watch that, you will see Babish just nicks his ankles. I mean, I don't know how Babish didn't take him down right there. If Babish wraps his hands around him, he tackles him and he gets about probably 10 yards less. But instead, he gets 10 yards more, and that tight end, all I'm going to say is he's dropped about 3 touchdowns today. That being his 3rd one. So if you think about it, no, he's dropped at least 3 passes. That's the only one that's the only one I'm sure would have ended in a touchdown. And then there's one more that would have been probably a 40-yard, 30-yard gain, but instead he drops it, and Devin Holiday almost catches that pick, and that would have been perfect. That's what I want to see. I want to see us in the game right here on a pick. Sorry about this video being long. It's going to be long, probably mostly because of recruiting. I had to put the recruiting in here because we had 4 commits. I mean, come on. 4 commits deserves a video. And now 4th and goal, they're going to go for it. I would actually take a field goal here and just say we got a field goal on them late. Instead, I'm just going to go in man defense because that's worked all day for us. All we've done is man coverage all day, and it's been amazing for us. I don't know why we're trying to pump up their crowd. I mean, they're home. And right there, oh no, get him! We keep him out of the end zone. I mean, he practically rolled all the way on that line. How they did not get that in, I do not know. But wow. Now as long as Cormier can get 1 yard, we'll end up... Yep, there we go. There we go. That's how we'll end the game. I'll actually probably run one more play. It'll probably be a pistol full house just to show people that the formations I put in the game aren't that bad. I mean, the formations that... my ideas aren't always bad. Let's see. Can we get a big play on this? No, I cannot, because there's no way I'm lateraling that ball. I mean, I've learned my lesson about lateraling the ball. You don't lateral it in that type of a position. The reason I went no huddle is I knew that there was no way I was going to get another play off. I always do that to end the game. And right there, we get lucky, and we lit it up in the 4th quarter. We're now 10-0.